There is a simple but powerful truth that shapes the course of our lives, one that many overlook, yet it determines whether we remain stuck in our current reality or step into the future we desire. It is not talent, luck, or opportunity that defines success. It is something far more profound. What you focus on, you attract. The life you are experiencing right now is nothing more than a reflection of your thoughts and beliefs. The successes, the struggles, the obstacles, and even the small victories, they all stem from the assumptions you have accepted as truth. Many people search for external reasons for their failures. They blame circumstances, luck, or even other people. But the greatest truth of all is this: everything begins in the mind. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Once you understand this principle, you will unlock a level of control over your life that you never thought possible. But first, you must ask yourself a simple question: where are you directing your focus? Because the answer to that determines everything. The fourth dimensional world. Marcus Aurelius also wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Your thoughts shape your reality in ways you may not even realize. Imagine that your mind exists in two worlds. One is the physical world you see around you, and the other is what I call the fourth dimensional world, a space where all possibilities already exist. Every success, every failure, every opportunity, it's all there, waiting for you to claim it. But here's the problem: most people remain in a state of wanting. They dream about success, but they do not see themselves as already successful. They long for love, but they continue to act as if love is missing from their lives. They wish for financial freedom, but their mindset is rooted in lack, in scarcity, in not enough. And as a result, their reality reflects exactly that: more lack, more struggle, more waiting. Think of it this way: imagine standing in front of a banquet table overflowing with the most incredible food. Every dish you could ever want is right there, within reach. But instead of sitting down and eating, you convince yourself that you are starving. This is how most people live. Success, happiness, abundance, it is already within reach. But because they do not claim it, because they do not embody it, they continue to live in a state of longing instead of having. The Stoics understood this concept well. They knew that the mind is the master of all things, and that reality bends to those who know how to control their thoughts. So how do you apply this principle? How do you step into the fourth dimensional world and bring your desires into reality? It begins with shifting your focus. Instead of saying, "I want to be successful," tell yourself, "I am successful." Instead of longing for love, affirm, "I am loved." Instead of yearning for wealth, embrace the mindset that wealth is already yours. This is not about wishful thinking. It is about embodying the emotions, actions, and mindset of the person you want to become. Because what you focus on, you attract. The problem with wanting. There is a paradox in desire, one that traps most people in an endless cycle of frustration. The more you want something, the more you affirm that you do not have it, and the more you affirm lack, the more lack you attract. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Desire, when left unchecked, is a self-perpetuating cycle of dissatisfaction. It keeps you in a state of constantly chasing something that always seems just out of reach. The key to breaking free is not to want something more. It is to shift your perspective. You must act as if your desires have already been fulfilled. Consider the story of Jim Carrey. Before he became a household name, he wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered and dated it 5 years into the future. He carried that check in his wallet every day. not as a symbol of hope, not as a dream, but as a fact. He lived as if his success was inevitable. He trained, he worked, he honed his craft, not from a place of desperation, but from a place of certainty. And 5 years later, he was offered a movie deal worth exactly $10 million. This is the power of assumption. When you assume your success is already yours, you align your energy, your actions, and your reality with that truth. This is not about pretending. It is about believing so deeply in the outcome that it becomes inevitable. If you seek confidence, act as though you already have it. If you want wealth, practice gratitude for what you already possess. If you desire love, radiate love in everything you do. Because what you focus on, you attract. And when you step into the version of yourself that already has what you seek, you collapse the distance between wanting and having. You stop waiting for the future to bring you happiness, because you realize that happiness was always within you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Your thoughts do not just shape your experiences, they shape you. So the question is, what are you focusing on? Are you thinking like someone who has or someone who wants? Because the moment you shift from wanting to having, your reality will begin to reflect that truth. Assumption, the key to manifestation. Have you ever wondered why two people given the same opportunity can achieve completely different results? The secret doesn't lie in luck or circumstances. It lies in what they believe to be true. Everything in your life, your successes, your struggles, your opportunities, is a reflection of what you assume to be real. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. If you believe the world is against you, you will see obstacles everywhere. If you assume life is full of opportunities, you will find them in places others overlook. This is because we do not experience reality as it is. We experience it through the lens of our beliefs. Consider this. If you tell yourself, "I am wealthy," but deep down you feel unworthy of wealth, your actions will reflect lack, not abundance. You might repeat positive affirmations all day long, but if your subconscious mind is filled with doubt, those affirmations are meaningless. The key is not just saying you have something, but fully surrendering to the feeling of already possessing it. This is not pretense, it is creation. When you assume your success, your confidence, your happiness, you step into the version of yourself who already has it. The power of assumption in action. Consider Thomas Edison. He failed over 10,000 times while trying to invent the light bulb, but he never saw failure. He assumed success. He was not hoping to invent the light bulb. He was certain that he already had the solution, and it was just a matter of discovering it. That assumption changed everything. Instead of seeing obstacles, he saw opportunities. Instead of stopping when he failed, he adjusted, refined, and continued. Eventually, his assumption became reality. The same principle applies to anyone who has ever achieved something great. Arnold Schwarzenegger, long before he was a champion bodybuilder, an actor, or a governor, assumed his success. As a young man in Austria, he envisioned himself in Hollywood, receiving awards, starring in blockbuster films. To most people, this seemed impossible, but in his mind, it was already real. He did not just dream of it, he lived it before it ever happened. And that certainty, that assumption, reshaped reality to match the vision in his mind. What you assume, you become. The question is, what are you assuming about yourself? The problem with doubt. Most people fail, not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they waver in their beliefs. They imagine success, but then doubt creeps in. They see themselves winning, but fear of failure pulls them back. This constant back and forth weakens their ability to create the reality they desire. Imagine planting a seed. Each day, you dig it up to check if it's growing. You doubt the process. You question whether it will ever sprout. And in doing so, you prevent it from ever taking root. Your beliefs work the same way. If you constantly shift between belief and doubt, between confidence and fear, you are preventing your reality from changing. The Stoics understood this well. They knew that faith in one's own ability is the foundation of achievement. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A man's life is what his thoughts make of it. If you want success, you must assume success. If you want happiness, you must assume happiness. Not tomorrow, not in the future." Now, because the moment you embody the reality you seek, the universe begins to align with that version of you. Imagination, the blueprint of reality. Everything that exists in the world began as an idea. A chair was once just an idea. A skyscraper was once just a blueprint. A masterpiece painting was once just a thought in an artist's mind. Your life works the same way. If you want to transform your reality, you must first create a clear vision in your mind, not as a distant dream, but as something that already exists. Picture it vividly. Feel it as though it is already happening. Imagine the sights, the sounds, the emotions of that reality. Because when your mind fully believes in something, your actions will align with it, and the world will follow. The artist and the canvas. Think of your mind as an artist, standing before a blank canvas. Every thought, every belief, every assumption is a brushstroke. What kind of masterpiece are you creating? Are you painting a life of abundance, success, and confidence? Or are you painting a reality filled with doubt, lack, and limitation? Because whatever you focus on, you attract. Whatever you assume to be true becomes true. Whatever picture you hold in your mind, reality will begin to fill in the details. But the choice is yours. You can choose to continue focusing on what you lack, or you can decide right now to step into the life that is already waiting for you. Your assumptions shape your destiny. So ask yourself, am I living as someone who already has what I desire? Am I assuming success, or am I still stuck in a mindset of wanting? If I had everything I wanted right now, how would I feel? How would I act? When you answer these questions honestly, you will see the gap between where you are and where you want to be. And the only way to bridge that gap is to become the person who already has it, not tomorrow, not next year. Now, because the moment you embody the reality you desire, everything else will begin to shift. You are the creator of your life. What you focus on, you attract, and what you assume to be true becomes your reality. Imagination, the blueprint of reality. Have you ever considered the immense power of your imagination? Most people see imagination as mere fantasy, something reserved for artists, dreamers, or children lost in make-believe. But in reality, imagination is the foundation of everything that exists. It is not just a place where dreams are formed. It is the very mechanism that turns thoughts into reality. Every great achievement, every revolutionary invention, every breakthrough, it all began as an idea. A building was once a blueprint. A song was once just a melody in someone's mind. A career, a relationship, a life-changing moment. All of it started as a vision before it became real. The question is, what are you imagining for your life? The reality you see is the reality you create. Imagination is not just daydreaming, it is the first step in shaping your future. What you see in your mind, you move toward. The clearer your vision, the stronger your belief, the faster reality adjusts to match your thoughts. Imagine standing before an empty canvas. Every thought you have, every belief you hold, every assumption you make, these are the brushstrokes painting your life. So what masterpiece are you creating? Are you painting a life of abundance, success, and fulfillment? Or are you unknowingly creating a reality of doubt, fear, and limitation? Because here's the truth: whatever you focus on, you attract. If you constantly dwell on problems, you will see more obstacles. If you focus on solutions, opportunities will begin to appear. If you fixate on what you lack, you will reinforce scarcity in your life. But if you visualize abundance, if you imagine yourself already successful, already confident, already in control, your mind will begin to find ways to make that your reality. The power of vivid imagination. Imagine a musician preparing for the biggest performance of their life. In the final moments before stepping onto the stage, their mind is filled with thoughts. What if I forget my notes? What if I mess up? What if I fail? These thoughts alone can shape the outcome of the performance, but what if instead they closed their eyes and imagined success? What if they saw themselves playing every note perfectly, feeling the music flow effortlessly, hearing the audience erupt in applause? That simple shift in focus changes everything, because in that moment, they are no longer performing from a place of fear. They are performing from a place of certainty, and certainty, belief, creates reality. Your mind is a magnet. Think of your mind like a magnet, constantly attracting experiences that match your dominant thoughts. If you tell yourself, "I am not good enough," your actions will reflect that belief, and your reality will confirm it. If you tell yourself, "I am capable, I am strong, I am already successful," your reality will begin to align with that assumption. The key is not just to think differently, but to feel differently, to embody the energy of success, confidence, and abundance before you see the physical evidence of it. Because when you do, the external world will have no choice but to catch up. The secret of effortless creation. Many people struggle to achieve their dreams because they are caught in a paradox. The harder they try, the more they reinforce the idea that they do not yet have it. They say, "I want success," but in doing so they affirm, "I do not have success." They say, "I wish I was confident," but in doing so they confirm, "I am not confident." What they don't realize is that desire, when rooted in lack, creates more lack. The Stoics understood this deeply. They believed that to attain something, you must first become it. Instead of longing for wealth, you must feel wealthy now. Instead of yearning for love, you must radiate love now. Instead of chasing happiness, you must choose to be happy now. Because when you embody what you desire, you no longer have to chase it. It comes to you effortlessly. The artist who creates their own life. Imagine an artist standing in front of an empty canvas. They do not hesitate. They do not question whether the painting will come to life. They simply begin. Brushstroke by brushstroke, their vision takes shape. They do not need to see the final painting immediately. They trust the process. This is how life works. Every thought, every action, every belief you hold is shaping your reality. So instead of waiting for external proof, instead of doubting whether your dreams will happen, pick up the brush. Start painting the life you desire right now. Imagine yourself as the person you wish to become. Live as though your dreams are already your reality, and watch as life fills in the details to match your vision. Because what you focus on, you attract. What you assume, you become. And what you vividly imagine, you create. Consciousness is the only reality. Imagine life as a giant canvas, and your consciousness as the artist. Every stroke of thought, every belief you hold, every assumption you make, it all contributes to the picture you create. Your outer world is nothing but a reflection of your inner world. If you want to change your life, you must first change your mind. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This means that whatever you repeatedly think, feel, and assume becomes your reality. Yet most people try to change their lives by rearranging the external world. They struggle to fix relationships, chase after success, or force opportunities to appear without ever addressing the root cause of their reality. But the Stoics knew the truth. Change begins within. If you shift your consciousness, your circumstances will follow. If you elevate your thoughts, your life will rise to meet them. If you master your mind, you will master your world. Because consciousness is not just a reality, it is the only reality. The illusion of external control. Most people spend their lives trying to change circumstances without realizing that circumstances are just the effect, not the cause. They believe that if they could just get a better job, find the right partner, make more money, then they would finally be happy. But happiness, success, and fulfillment do not come from external conditions. They come from the state of mind you cultivate. Consider someone who constantly struggles in relationships. They move from one partner to another, hoping that the next one will be different. Yet, the same problems keep repeating. Why? Because they never changed their inner assumptions about love, trust, and connection. They carried the same fears, doubts, and insecurities into every relationship, so the outcome never changed. The moment they shift their mindset, when they assume love, trust, and connection as their natural state, their relationships transform effortlessly, because the outer world is always a reflection of the inner world. How to rewire your consciousness. If you want to change your life, you must start by shifting what you believe to be true. The fastest way to do this is through assumption and action. Instead of wanting success, assume that success is already yours. Instead of wishing for confidence, act as though confidence is your natural state. Instead of waiting for change to happen, become the change. This is how great visionaries shape the world. Thomas Edison didn't wait for proof that the light bulb was possible. He assumed it was, and reality adjusted accordingly. Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't wait to become a Hollywood star before acting like one. He carried himself with that belief long before the world recognized it. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't seek validation. They assumed their future was inevitable, and because they believed it, it became true. Faith in the unseen. Think of a seed planted in the ground. For weeks, there is no visible growth. If someone didn't understand how nature works, they might think the seed was dead. But below the surface, something is happening. Roots are growing. The foundation is being built. And then, when the time is right, the seed breaks through the soil, fully formed, alive, thriving. This is how assumption works. Just because you do not immediately see results does not mean nothing is happening. Your beliefs are planting seeds in your consciousness, and with time, they will blossom into reality. But if you keep doubting, if you keep digging up the soil to check if the seed is growing, you disrupt the process. The key is to trust, to persist, to hold the vision, even when reality has not yet caught up, because reality always catches up to your dominant beliefs. The law of mental cause and effect. Imagine you're holding a bow and arrow. If you aim at the ground and release, where does the arrow go? Straight to the ground. But if you aim toward the sky, toward something greater, where does the arrow go? It soars. Your thoughts are that arrow. Where you aim them determines where they land. Aim your thoughts at lack, and you will experience lack. Aim them at success, at confidence, at abundance, and you will draw those experiences toward you. It is not magic. It is mental cause and effect. The power of living as if. So how do you start applying this? How do you shift your consciousness and create real change in your life? By living as if your desired reality is already yours. Ask yourself, if I were already successful, how would I think? If I already had what I wanted, how would I act? If I was already at peace, how would I move through the world? Then start living that way. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. Because when you embody the state you seek, you collapse the distance between where you are and where you want to be. The only reality that matters. Your life is not determined by luck. It is not shaped by external forces beyond your control. It is built by your consciousness, the thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions you hold every single day. Your external world is simply a mirror reflecting your inner world. So if you want to change the reflection, you must first change the source. Not through force, not through struggle, but through the quiet certainty that what you seek is already yours. Because when you fully accept this truth, when you own your consciousness, nothing is out of reach. You are not just a participant in life. You are its creator. What you focus on, you attract. What you assume, you become. What you believe, without doubt, manifests. And once you understand this, you will never look at life the same way again. Faith and the natural flow of assumption. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This statement reveals a simple but powerful truth. What you believe, you become. The moment you stop debating whether something is possible and start embodying it, your life begins to transform. Most people waste energy questioning their own potential. Am I capable? Is success really meant for me? What if things don't work out? But the ones who rise above, the ones who achieve greatness, don't spend time questioning. They assume. They step into the identity of the person they want to be, long before reality catches up. They don't wait for proof. They create it. The power of unshakable belief. Assumption is not just thinking positively, it is becoming. It is the shift from hoping for an outcome to knowing it is already yours. This is not arrogance, it is alignment, a deep trust in the unseen forces that shape reality. But here's where most people struggle. They assume something for a short time, then let doubt pull them back. They believe in their success until obstacles appear. They feel confident until someone criticizes them. They embrace abundance until they check their bank account, and every time they let doubt take over, they reset their progress, because assumption requires faith. Just like planting a seed, you must trust the process, even before you see results. Your reality is a reflection of your deepest assumptions. Your world mirrors what you accept as truth. If you believe people are untrustworthy, you will notice betrayal everywhere. If you assume life is full of opportunity, you will find doors opening in unexpected places. If you see yourself as a failure, you will unconsciously sabotage your own success. Not because the world is working against you, but because your beliefs shape how you interpret and interact with life. Think about it. Two people can be in the same situation, yet experience completely different realities. One person sees hardship and gives up. Another sees the same hardship as a lesson and grows stronger. The difference? Assumption. One assumed failure, the other assumed resilience, and their experiences followed accordingly. The secret to changing your reality. If you want to shift your life, you must first shift your core assumptions. You cannot just say, "I want success." You must assume you are already successful. You cannot just say, "I wish I had confidence." You must act, think, and move as someone who already possesses it. This is not pretending. This is aligning your mind with the reality you desire. And the more consistently you hold this assumption, the faster your external world will reflect it. The challenge of holding faith. Amid contradiction. Life will test your assumptions. You may assume abundance, but see temporary financial struggles. You may assume confidence, but still feel nervous in certain situations. You may assume success, but face setbacks. In those moments, your job is not to doubt. Your job is to persist, to hold your assumption despite external contradictions, because reality is always catching up to the state of mind you hold most consistently. The Stoics understood this well. They didn't try to control external events. They controlled how they responded to them. They practiced emotional mastery, not because life was easy, but because they refused to let circumstances dictate their state of mind. And when you master this, you become unstoppable. The shift from struggle to allowing. Most people try to force reality to change. They chase opportunities, they fight obstacles, they struggle, believing that success requires effort and resistance. But real power comes not from chasing, but from allowing. Not from forcing, but from aligning. Imagine two people trying to reach a destination. One fights the current, struggling against the waves. The other understands the flow of the river and moves effortlessly with it. Both are moving, but only one reaches the destination with ease. This is the difference between struggling for success and allowing success to unfold. When you truly assume something as yours, you no longer have to force it. You align with it. You move in the direction of your belief naturally, and reality follows. You are not waiting for change, you are creating it. Most people live in a state of waiting. Waiting for the right moment, waiting for validation, waiting for their external circumstances to improve before they believe in themselves. But you are not meant to wait. You are meant to create. You are meant to decide right now who you are, what you deserve, and what you expect from life. And then you are meant to live as if that reality is already here, not tomorrow, not when things feel right. Now, the ultimate truth: you are the creator of your reality. Look around you. Everything in your life is a reflection of the thoughts, assumptions, and beliefs you have held up until now. If you do not like what you see, change the cause. Not by forcing, not by struggling, but by shifting the way you see yourself and the world. When you assume confidence, you become confident. When you assume abundance, you start attracting wealth. When you assume success, life begins to open doors for you, because reality is always a reflection of your dominant state of mind. So as you move forward, ask yourself, what am I assuming about my life? Am I operating from a place of lack or a place of abundance? Am I waiting for change, or am I becoming the change? The moment you decide to assume the reality you desire, the universe will conspire to make it real. What you focus on, you attract. What you assume, you become. And what you believe, without doubt, manifests. Now, it is up to you to choose. Will you continue waiting, or will you step into the life that is already yours? Because the moment you truly assume it as reality, it will be. You are already living the life you believe. Pause for a moment and reflect. Look at your life, your experiences, your relationships, your financial state, your level of happiness. All of it is a mirror reflecting what you have believed to be true about yourself and the world. Nothing in your life is random. Every event, every opportunity, every challenge, it all aligns with the assumptions you hold most deeply. And this is the great secret. You are already living the life you have accepted as possible for yourself. So if you want to change your reality, you must first change your assumptions. Not someday, not when you feel ready. Now, because until you shift your internal world, nothing external will change. The illusion of waiting. Most people waste years waiting for motivation, waiting for the perfect time, waiting for external proof before they believe in themselves. But life does not reward those who wait. It rewards those who assume, act, and embody. The people who succeed are not the ones who waited for permission. They are the ones who decided, right now, in this moment, that their success was inevitable, and because they believed it, they moved differently. They spoke with confidence. They carried themselves as if they had already won, and reality adjusted accordingly. You are always choosing, whether you realize it or not. Even if you do nothing, you are still making a choice. If you choose to doubt yourself, you are creating a life of hesitation and fear. If you choose to focus on limitations, you will continue to experience struggle. If you choose to believe that success is out of reach, you will unconsciously block yourself from ever achieving it. But if you choose to believe that you are already successful, if you choose to carry yourself with confidence, clarity, and certainty, if you choose to see obstacles as opportunities instead of barriers, then everything shifts, because success, confidence, and abundance are not things you wait for. They are things you become. The power of a single decision. Right now, in this moment, you have a choice. You can continue living by the same beliefs, the same fears, the same limitations that have shaped your life until now. Or you can make a single, powerful decision to assume the identity of the person you want to be, not in the future, not someday. Now, if you want to be confident, embody confidence today. If you want success, think and act like a successful person today. If you want love, radiate love today. Because the moment you shift your internal reality, the external world will follow. Letting go of the old you. To step into your new reality, you must first let go of the old version of yourself. The one who doubted, the one who hesitated, the one who waited for permission. That version of you no longer serves you. The world is waiting for you to step into your true potential, not tomorrow. Now, the law is simple. You are what you assume. You do not need complex strategies. You do not need endless affirmations. You simply need to assume the state you desire and live as if it is already true, because the mind does not know the difference between reality and belief. What you focus on, you attract. What you assume, you become. And what you believe, without doubt, manifests. Your future begins now. So ask yourself, what would my life look like if I fully believed in my success? How would I speak, think, and act if I already had what I wanted? What version of myself am I willing to leave behind? This is not just theory. This is how reality works. Every great mind, every successful person, every revolutionary thinker understood this principle. They did not wait. They did not hesitate. They assumed, and the universe rearranged itself to match their beliefs. The final step: walk forward without doubt. You now know the truth. There is no secret. There is no mystery. Your life is already unfolding according to the assumptions you hold. And now you have the power to choose. So step forward with certainty. Live as if your success is already written. Move as if your dreams are already reality. Because when you fully embody the life you desire, it will become yours.